the go live button. So now we're going live.
Ooh.
Hello all, and welcome to the zoo.
Why am I here?
Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribelite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Rejekt PPC and the one-ton hammer, the group rotates hosts known as zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One Ton Hammer.
I will be your zookeeper tonight, Rejekt.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am the Lucky Pop-Tart.
Inquisitor. Sanguine.
Skep, Tock.
I'm Prospero.
Fat Platypus.
Chaosy.
And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions. And special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Minions of the Zoo. It's Saturday, is it? I think.
It is.
Yeah. Right. So I'm playing guess cover host substitute teacher type thing for Saturday for Harry because apparently he is well, he's in a quite the predicament. You see, his car has been lodged between two other cars, and so he's stuck for the evening. I don't know how he's gonna get out of it, but I tried to get. I was writing a whole bunch of different things that I can say that he was doing, but I couldn't do it. But either way, so thankfully,
He is secretly Batman.
yeah, he's currently going after Joker. Sora, please, let's wait till I introduce you. So thankfully, I was able to muster some wonderful people to join me this evening, and I guess we'll go from the top here. Eeyore, or Donkey.
Hi.
And we got Kefki, but she's muted.
No, I'm not. You lie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm not muted.
No one's ever called her muted.
I apologize. Kefki, we got Skep,
Hey everybody,
and he's got a ukulele. Or ukulele.
I've got a ukulele. Not afraid to use.
And we got Sora Luna.
Hello. Good evening.
I think we got a wonderful, wonderful party. I think now we can go and face the boss, monster, and suplex that train. But yes, and I'm your host, Adam of Veggie Clan the First. And it's a Saturday. Wow, yeah. I don't think I've been on a Saturday. What does Harry usually do on Saturdays?
Depress us with world news.
Actually,
Oh, you want to talk world news?
He has a little bit of chit chat. How was your day? How was your blah blah blah? Goes around the horn, and then he goes into the various topics. He's got them listed, but he manipulates that list, according to Congress.
Hold
And
on.
changes it up a little bit on the fly.
Are you telling me that I can put on my hat? Oh, we can start talking about some actual news. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Put on your hat. Is it of the tinfoil variety?
Yes, it's a very flexible.
Ah. Oh,
Actually, I didn't really look at any news today, so
Saw where the state of New York ruled that the entire state of Florida.
oh, well, yeah, okay. Yeah, we could
Cannot
talk
use
about
cats
malaria in
in it.
Florida, or we could talk about the onslaught of this Canadian uh,
Don't let those
wildfires
Florida.
that's hitting us in Chicagoland.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, what's going on with
How
that?
about how about the Supreme Court decision that said that compelled speech is not okay? That the government cannot compel speech. That's huge.
Well, I
It's
can't
being advertised as being the conservative court said it's okay, terminated.
compel
But
speech.
but that wasn't really what the ruling was. The ruling was that the government cannot force you to say things you do not believe. Cannot force you to take a pledge, basically, against your own beliefs, against your have it right. And the court held it that boy for personal rights. That's a huge thing for liberty. That was a big thing.
Hmm.
Okay, so maybe it's not a big victory. What big victory did you have?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Oh man.
potato, potato, tomato, tomato.
I'm looking forward to this little bit of vacation I'm going on. I'm going to the
That's
guy
what I need.
who taught me my first chords of guitar. Best friend.
Hold on. So today is Canada Day. Is that a real thing?
It's a real
Yes.
thing.
Yeah. Then they did that
Oh wow, they're
just so that
right
they
up.
could be 3 days ahead of our day, just to piss us off, because that's the way they roll.
Oh, does it piss you off?
I figured that
Takes
that's
all
what.
the luster off the holiday because everybody's still hungover. So
Oh dear, poor America, poor baby. Mwah, mwah, mwah. The one time we're ahead of something.
So, uh, let's at least start it off with Happy Canada Day. But yeah, it's for real, right? It's a real thing.
It is
Yes.
indeed.
Okay, cool.
All day.
What does it celebrate? Other than camp?
Yeah,
It
what
marks
is it?
the date that the Active Confederation, which, as much as several people want to say otherwise, made Canada a country separate from Great Britain.
So
Oh, okay.
a bunch of lawyers got together, signed a bunch of documents, exchanged
Parliamentarians, actually.
right?
No, yeah.
And a country resulted.
Yes.
Impressive.
Yo,
I'm sorry. We don't all have to fight a war to get our own country. Sometimes asking nice works.
no, fuck it.
I agree.
It starts with dumping tea, and it ends with fucking liberty.
And
Bam.
what year were those articles signed?
Oh,
Pardon?
Oh,
What year were those articles signed in Canada?
1868.
Yeah, it's about 90 years after somebody kind of showed Britain that they're
Yes.
not going to be.
And considering how culturally similar Canada was at the time, in fact, there was actually an I believe, 1869, a short-lived referendum on whether or not we wanted to become a U.S.
Become a U.S.
territory.
territory, right? There sure was. Sure was. You know your history.
Britain decided, yeah, we don't want to do that again.
Yeah. But no, fuck that. Let them take the wasteland, which is what they thought it was. They had no idea of the insane value.
The mineral wealth?
It's just that. Just that. Timber. No.
I mean,
Just
between
water.
the iron,
Just
the
the
nickel,
fucking water. Just the fucking water in Canada.
All right, like I didn't mean to
Anyway.
spark a issue.
No.
We don't need a repeat of
Canada is
the
a
1812
Frostbite.
war.
Canada is an amazingly rich country. Very few people, and they just have every advantage in the world. And they've got prime minister. I know that amazing machine into the ground. I love Canada.
That's right.
Actually,
And
yeah.
you know what? You guys
He's
give
amazing.
Quebec a little hard of a time. You should ease off on that.
We
No.
go easy on Canada most times.
Whoa.
No, I would never ease up on Quebec. I'm kidding. These guys are mean.
That's just a personal thing.
I had to stay up.
I'll ease up on Quebec when Quebec is in Quebec.
I had to speak French in Montreal. I had to speak French in Montreal.
Je suis
It was
Quebec.
it was not cool to speak English. I'm not playing. I'm not kidding.
Oh.
They're big French speakers. Have you not guys not ever heard of that they speak French up there?
I never heard.
Wait, who's speaking French where?
There's a French colony, evidently, where I was staying in this Montreal village. They have they all speak French. They speak French like crazy people. I don't like English. They do not like English. I do not.
Well, there's a lot of Canadian history between and animosity between Anglophones and Francophones within Quebec.
Francophone.
Yes, French-speaking folk.
Oh man. Eeyore, it's gonna be very interesting when you come hang out with us.
Ideally, rarely any of these topics come up when I'm down there.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna bring them up just because.
And gramophones.
and
microphones.
And conophones.
And chloroform. Wait, what?
Chloroform? Wait.
Sorry.
Isn't that what the pictures are? Oh, Kefki.
Wait. No, that's a. Sorry.
But yes, the French.
See, Frosted. Oh, sorry, Frosted. Costin in chat also agrees with us on our view of Quebec. Thank you, Costin.
They're mean up there.
I just
they
don't
are.
understand
they are,
the disdain for Quebecs.
Seriously, for real.
They really want to be friends.
Yeah, they do.
I really want. You know what?
But
it's gonna be
with,
my
like,
life
money.
goal to get a Quebecian on the show.
You do not desire that.
Oh,
you want the Quebecer on your on your.
I mean, you'd have to deal with
Wait, how
the
did that go? The Quebecer.
The Quebecer, because they speak in English, like they speak in the French. That's terrible. Sorry, it's not a good Quebec accent, but their English is almost worse.
Yeah, I think that'll be
fun. Skep.
Sorry.
I think Skep, you're coming in a little quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Is he?
Yeah. How does it sound now? How does it sound now? Better?
A bit the same. It just I feel like we might be over talking you because I can't hear you speaking. But I have turned you up on my end.
No problem. How do I sound now? Is that better
Oh, that's
now?
much
Perfect.
Oh,
better.
you're so good.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Excellent.
ranged from 65 to 85. So for whatever reason, that
Well, that's a nice pivot point that I could um, at least get out of the way. Um, People who are watching, I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining.
Assassin's here. I see Frosted Glass. Keeper Dam. Hey guys, great to see you. Costin, of course, blaming me as usual. Cannibalistic Wizard. Let's see who is here. Green Badger is here. Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody. Thanks for coming by. Seriously. Oh, Shroom is here.
Yeah.
Shroom is around. All right, very good. Very, very nice watchership this evening. You're a big draw, Adam.
Am I?
You
I
must
think
be. You're doing great.
no. I think it's the guests, to be honest.
You're having fun together.
Yeah. It's um because if it was just me, it'd be me bowling, doing the switch bowling. But I did want to do that, and I also wanted to do um please like and please wow, please like and subscribe the show, and check out our Rumble page as well. Um, Check out the links in the description. I don't know how we're doing on that iPad or laptop that's going on. Um, but
What's
yes,
that?
all the support. Some
You just gave me an idea for a stream, Adam.
did
Sorry to do the ADHD,
no.
squirrel thing,
Uh,
but
no, I'm
you
just
could you could do a great stream.
well, I'm doing a stream now
Oh yeah. Anyway, go on.
currently. Yeah, check out the stuff down below and um oh shit. Oh, yes. And I guess that's it, right? So, oh, and the show is brought to you not only by Satsu's Spices. So check out Satsu's 2 cents seasoning and food. I mean, he's not really sponsoring us, but I'm gonna.
We support.
Yeah, I gotta
We
get a, I
support
gotta get a
Satsu.
link
He's a
for his. Yeah.
guy. Great human being, great family. Just
Um,
Oshi chicken spices.
I really want to try it. I want to try it, and I think if I mix that with Sanguine and his cooking prowess, I think I'm gonna have a nice, delightful meal. So
I I have I have I have duplicated some of probably not to what he actually uses like sanguine stuff, but a few times some of his like steak and potato meals, just like from what he said, and believe me, mwah, it's just
all
chef's
that
kiss.
meat and no potatoes. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's well, that's where the I keep hitting my hand on this table. I'm sorry. Uh, that's where the title
did you
came
just
from.
apologize to the table?
Yeah. Look, I wasn't supposed to
Dude,
host this
you're not
evening,
supposed
so
to talk to the furniture.
I'm well, it's a Dick Van Dyke type of thing, like
If
ah.
you're apologizing to furniture, that's clearly some unresolved issues.
No, it's a
I do that all the time.
Oh, okay.
walk into the door frame. Sorry.
well, you're Canadian.
I'm trying to put
Oh, no.
Jungian symbology onto it, but it's about your relationship with your father.
I'm sorry, couch that I tripped over. Boom. Oh shit.
I wish I had a chaise
Richard
lounge
Head is here.
to
Richard.
pull up.
Wait. A gulag?
Who's good luck?
What did you What did you say?
Oh, I wish I had a chaise lounge to pull up. You know,
Oh,
if we're gonna be psychoanalyzed.
oh yeah, no, yeah, not on my end. Uh, but yeah, all that meat and no potatoes. That's the theme we're working on this evening. Sweet Lord
Yeah.
Almighty.
You
It
know, my
is
mom used
July
to always
1st.
say that taters never did taste good as chimpkin on a plate. But I like taters. Taters are good. She was wrong.
Oh, taters.
Nice
Yes.
taters.
Oh, taters.
What's taters, precious?
I like taters.
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Now hold on, hold on. It is July 4th. Now it is Canada Day. So does that mean you guys also like whipped out the
It's July the
grill and
1st. It's
well
just not
yeah,
the 4th.
and the 4th we're gonna do some grilling. I wish Sanguine came down, but
But,
I think
oh,
Quiz
sorry.
and I will probably do some grilling. What about you? Is Canada Day uh, a day for grilling?
Sure. Depends
Canada
on the
Day
family.
is celebrated in a lot of different ways, though typically it is a family gathering day. That is the core principle of it.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, go see. In my case, mom play some games with my sisters and a couple friends, enjoy a few drinks, watch the USFL championship game. That's a new thing this year for us.
A
What
new
is?
thing.
The USFL championship game was on tonight too.
Hmm.
Yeah, Birmingham won.
Do you think
England or Alabama?
Alabama.
What
Alabama. Okay.
sports ball
No,
is
no,
this?
no, 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 no. No, Birmingham, Virginia.
Of course. Of course.
It's USFL football.
Gotcha.
Different football from the NFL though.
Gotcha.
Yay! Go
But
team
still,
one.
pro American. It's American football or is it CFL style?
It's American football.
Okay. I love watching Canadian football. I'll just tell you right.
Oh.
Yeah, it's great fun. I like seeing the teeth flying out of their mouth. They have they allow their running backs to go into forward motion, and it makes it more like Australian rules football, which is another thing that's fun to watch.
Australian rugby.
Oh yeah, Australian rugby
No,
and
no
the
rules.
Australian the Aussie football where it has nothing but rules. Everything is rules, and you play this extremely kind of scripted game at manic speed. It's Australian rules football is fun to watch. There's so many great things and so many fine athletes to watch playing it. It's really a feast, if you're in the sport stage.
but it's not Australia Day. It is Canadian Day.
You almost
It
said
is
the
indeed.
word Canada.
Stumbled on that word. I can't, Canada, Canada, Canada.
Yes.
It's just a weird word for me,
Canada stand.
Canadistan. I
The
love
more
playing
you
around with it.
practice, the better it'll be.
I know. I posted in I believe in the Minions, classified. It I might have posted it in the arcade, but a rapper named Classified, and he's somebody that I learned uh, when I was hanging out in Washington. He's a Canadian rapper. I love Canadian stuff. Like Trailer Park Boys, or what's it? What's the other one? The other one.
The other what?
Well, there's a newer. It's not Trailer Park Boys because they're old.
Leonard Kenny.
Lennon Kenny. Yes.
Something like that. I've only seen like the clips or stuff people put online. I've never seen the actual show, but it looks funny. It's like it has its moments.
It's like the same thing, but just newer.
Okay.
I like it. It's good. Canadian humor. And you know what? They gave us the precious Rick Moranis. So, thank you, Canada.
You're welcome.
Except, you know what? Fuck you, Canada, because recently Chicago has been dealing with these fucking forest fires and geese.
What? Why do you hate Canada geese?
What?
Why do you hate Canada geese?
Because they're all over the place.
And?
They gotta run away from fire.
They're all over the place.
They gotta have a place to live.
They're aggressive. And they...
Nah.
No, they're not. They're adorable.
Okay, Sora. Yeah, honestly, the Canada goose is one of the most aggressive waterfowl in the world.
Well, maybe if you left them alone, they wouldn't be aggressive towards you. I've never had any issues with geese.
They're tired of the irate.
Well,
They're
probably
just
because
tired.
you're Canadian.
They're just tired of it.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. No
Look at
more.
the geese. Look at the geese. They're looking at my butt. They're looking at my butt.
They're not American geese. And that's I think that's the issue. But also the smoke. Holy shit. It's been pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, that's bad. It was really bad. Made for some amazing photos though.
Yeah.
Why is the forestry management so freaking amazingly bad? Country like Canada, which should, you guys are the masters of timber. You are to timber what the Saudis are to oil. Really, no, I'm really not playing. You know, if you look at the lumber industry in Canada, it's one of the most impressive things on earth. It really is. The amount of processing and the amount of raw material, the way that they grow the trees, the way it's stupefying, the amount of capital and interconnected pieces that make up that. Yeah, Canada's amazing.
That is a very good question. I don't know.
Maybe it's the fact that for the last, how long has it been? 6, 7, maybe 8 years? Our country's been run by a complete idiot who, rather than
a very good point,
than keep up our capabilities, has focused on virtue signals like
Are
the
you talking
carbon
about
tax.
that true something or other? That guy?
Yes, I'm talking about Trudeau.
Oh. I mean, I think he's doing the best that he can do.
A ham sandwich could run this country better than him.
Yeah, but then they'll say it's like if it's a ham sandwich, our country will say we're, I don't know,
Islamophobic because it's not halal or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
We'd have to be a vegan, a fully vegan sandwich.
It could be viewed as anti-Semitic.
So.
Oh, that doesn't exist.
Let's talk about France. How's France doing?
It's on fire, baby. I'm never visiting that country again. I cried today, looking all morning, looking at that.
I spent a lot of time in France, and when you live in Belgium, 50 miles from the border, go France, and because that's where you could buy things. uh, that's such a shame. My heart is broken for them, and they are going through real civil strife.
Yeah.
They're desperately serious. I mean,
Yeah.
people are getting killed in France. Anyway,
And I really don't like the people who sit there and say, "Oh, well, you voted for it." It's like a lot of times they didn't. A lot of people don't really, vote for that shit.
Well,
do
you're
you think
not.
people? I'm
They
sorry. Go ahead, Sora.
I was gonna say you don't vote for civil unrest from migrants.
Right.
no.
Do you think people living in
You know.
Nice and Marseille said, "Oh yeah, bring a whole bunch of uneducated 8th century crazy people in here, with their knives and their rape customs and their uh, honor murders and all the other crap that comes part and parcel with a culture that is not just removed from us by distance, which is a good thing, it is removed from us by time, by century. And the morality, their sense of where human beings fit in relation to one another in the universe is so warped with respect to modern perspective that inviting those people into places like London, all through Europe and in France and Germany and all the other places that just ended up causing a tremendous amount of civil strife and ended many lives. It is absolutely indefensible. This nonsense of that Soros and these idiots uh, spray that they're doing in the name of world good isn't doing anybody any good but them. It keeps the world in discord and disorder. And as Country Joe McDonald once said, plenty good money to be made supplying the army with the tools of the trade. War makes money for a lot of people. War is good business.
Oh yeah.
Just leave
Yeah.
it there.
Yeah, they'll make a lot of
Sorry for the
money with
rant.
that war. That was a horrible rant. How dare
I
you,
know.
sir?
Yes, I agree with Assassin. They did know. They absolutely did. When far long before Notre Dame was set afire, they knew they had a chance to turn off that spigot, but they couldn't say no to those fucking assholes in the EU. That's what happened. That's what that was about.
So okay, so
Assassin's absolutely right.
what is you? You said Harry has like he's like a portfolio of news or shit that he wants to talk about.
Yeah. Like it's a spreadsheet just with a list of
A
items and
spreadsheet.
then
Yes.
some information about the item and how long it should take, how long he estimates to talk about it.
So since I don't have any of that, I leave it up to you. Does any of you have anything to that's on your mind that you want to talk about? I mean,
Hey Eeyore, do you want to talk about Bill C-18?
Is that the new carbon tax?
That's the online news thing where Google's gonna be blocking Canadian news sites so they don't pay the government or the news organization
wait, what?
to link them. We have we have a bill that got ascended, despite everyone saying don't ascend it and that we don't want it. Basically, it's any big to get us some more compensation, to get us, I say us, Canadian news media sources, to get them compensation for getting linked to, I guess, from like Google, probably Yahoo News, any of these places. They now have to negotiate with these groups for better compensation from them. So, for example, like Meta through Facebook or Google through their linking through the Google, like just search. They now have to pay more to Canada, to the Canadian sources, because you're using them as news sources. So Meta's soon going to stop linking to Canadian sites. Same with Google for Canadian users because of this law. There's not a good workaround.
Interesting thing is just that the new bill C-18 was passed last week. The bill would have brought in $329 million for Canadian newsrooms annual. Canada's parliamentary budget officer estimated a revenue stream that now seems unlikely to materialize. It requires companies such as Meta and Google to pay media outlets when they link to news and search feeds. Okay, and it says that the move, which will also pull Canadian media from Google's news and Discover products, could have a big impact on publishers that rely on Google search to attract readers to support their business. The changes appear to have already started to impact some users, and
they started last year.
Everybody else running for cover.
I think it was last summer that they started to, because they knew this was coming down the pipeline, most likely going to be to reach a royal assent, so enact the bill. Google started to cut off for some users. Like most people wouldn't have noticed, but they were starting to do it, and to try to see if there's a workaround. And I guess the answer was no. So they're like, okay, well, guess we're not going to be having any Canadian sources for Canadians.
Well, bye.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, so I don't know how that's going to look. Does that mean that if I go, and this includes Google News. So like if you're using any of these aggregate things, right? So Google News is an aggregate. You just they pull all the headlines from a lot of places, right? So that's going to mean that there'll be, like, does that mean for me, there's no local? Do I have to then go to, like, where do I go, right, for an aggregate? Do I just have to go to each individual news site?
Yes. What happened? What'd I do? I'm sorry.
Dang it.
Huh? What happened? I'm sorry?
What's up? Oh no.
Sorry.
He might have to
Oh, he's dogs. He's just stepped away a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Sora, you were saying?
Yes. So it's one of those things where it'd be interesting to see how it'll look for actual users. But then at the same time, as if, okay, does that mean that if you're one of those people who uses a VPN, it's not going to affect you? Like, what's going to happen? I don't know. But I don't like it. From an uneducated point of view, like mine, about this sort of stuff, anything that limits anything like this is bad. So the idea is like, oh, well, we want to get a better share, of a more fair share of like ad revenue or whatever, from people, from Google, from Meta, from whoever uses the sources. But that feels like it's like, and here's my tin hat, that just feels like it's a lie to cover up something, maybe not sinister, but like, it's Canada. We tend to like to censor people here, to an extent,
Here's a question for you. After the Freedom Convoy and the financial backlash from that, where do you expect most freedom-loving Canadian news broadcasters to go? Would you expect them to go anywhere that's not the CBC, Global, or CTV, aka sites that don't mind paying these fees for Google in order to control the media stream that is shown to Canadians?
Ooh.
The little ma and pa blog can be classified as a media site. You got it for Google. You got to pay for this little Canadian site. Google will obviously say no, and therefore the Communications Broadcasting Standard Board can say, okay, then don't link to it within Canada. But CBS,
Yeah.
CBC, CTV, and Global, they'll happily pay for Google. So
Mm.
that's my tin hat. That's what my tin hat is screaming.
Because it'll be what's our big
I'll give him.
alt media here? It's
The
Rebel
biggest
News,
alt media would
right?
be Rebel.
Rebel, right? Yeah.
I
So
mean, Global is somewhat right wing, but even it is controlled opposition.
yeah, the only real one is Rebel News. So that'll be watching what they come out to say is going to be the next thing if they haven't already. But I haven't looked into it, so. Thanks for the gift, Adam.
Don't you love Canadian censorship?
It's just so I have a new colleague at work who's from a different country, and it's very interesting because this is her first year here, and she's not from North America, and it's so fun seeing people coming from outside the country and realizing what it's some aspects what Canada does or fails at or is good at or and all that sort of stuff. It's because it's not something usually people will see, you know.
No, Canada
Hmm.
is very good, especially nowadays, at setting up a veneer around itself about being this bastion of freedom, yet outside of the EU, and in terms of the fully industrialized world, it's probably the second most censorious country in the world
Oh, come
out
on.
of the qualifying countries.
I think any nation um, aspires to be that type of vanguard, right? Like you'd want people to come to your city, to your state, um, to learn and better themselves, and you'd want that allocate tethered to these people. I mean, that should be something that you'd want. Obviously, we're not. I mean, okay. Um, this is obviously Adam's goofy
Interpretation.
interpretation of yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, donkey. Of reality. Um, yeah, obviously, that's not the case, and we're living in weirdo times. So, um, but yeah, no, yeah, I'm full on that. Like you should want that. That'd be something like it's like, oh yeah, you went to college. Oh, that's cool. I went to college in a different country, in a different, like in a secluded state area, or and that makes it all the more, uh,
Um,
all the more better. Mm.
I'm not denying the allure of going to another country to study. It's a great thing. It's actually one of Canada's biggest industries.
Well, I can't wait to go to Quebec.
Please,
God
please,
be with
for the
you.
love
Yeah.
of God,
What?
your
What
your
sentence
first,
did you just utter?
for the love of all that is holy, do not make your first trip to Canada, Quebec.
Oh man,
Hi.
you'll blame
Listen,
Canada.
if you're a foodie, Montreal is a must. I
Yes,
will
it is.
agree.
Oh
Oh,
my
okay. Hold
god,
on,
my
hold
god.
on.
The Indian cuisine, dot not feather, is amazing.
What do you mean
Absolutely amazing in
foodie
Montreal.
and Montreal? So what does that mean?
So they have like you have to go for Montreal smoked meat. You've got your bagels. You've got uh Indian food, like Skep said. There's all sorts of other little cafes, coffee, like actual little cafes, like European
Coffee
style, all over the
notes.
See,
place.
but then
They have patisseries there.
I'm
They have
thinking
real.
of all the
They
food
have
that I
real.
can have in Quebec, and it's
It's
just
and
They
of
have,
course
they have,
you can get your like more Canadian fare, right? But it's good.
you can
Canadian
get the
fair food.
bacon that is. You can get the bacon that isn't bacon.
No, okay, you
Smoked
know
meat
what?
is much
No,
better.
no, that's no, that's.
What?
See, you're just pushing me. You're
Explain my
pushing me towards the
inaccuracy.
French.
Tell me where I'm wrong.
It's not. It's not bacon. It's ham. Get the fuck out of here. I can't. I can't accept it. I cannot, and I will not.
What is the Canadian bacon?
I don't know.
It's like
Macbeth.
It's
tastes
a
like ham.
it's a specific ham-like cut of meat.
Yes, it is. Exactly.
Well, why do they cut it like that?
Because they're Canadians. And
Oh,
they don't
jeez.
know better.
By cut, I mean region of the beast. Female comes from the same general region as ham. However, it is the more fatty cap region of a ham.
Whoa, whoa. Okay. First off, it's
This
not
was
fat.
ham as opposed to JPEG.
It's
But anyway,
it's thick. Okay. It's let's be clear.
Well,
You know, body
well,
positivity.
good lord. Give
I
me
didn't write the
strength,
rules.
Lord.
I didn't write the rules. And yeah, it's thick.
I agree. They
no
are
one
being
has a right
germaphobe.
just to show it up in someone else's country. Said no American Indian ever.
Wait, what?
Oh man, they didn't. The the people we encountered when the West really came in droves over.
That was
They had
actually,
they had no idea you could own land. They had no concept of ownership of land. Most of them, they their idea of their land was wherever they happened to be at the time. Most of them were nomadic tribes. A few of them were starting to develop agrarian cultures, but most of them horseback or not horseback riding, but just you know raiders, hunters and raiders, and were roughly followed the buffalo herd. They depended on them for food.
Can you imagine? Like, oh, this is for everyone. Yeah, well, now we have papers.
Yeah, right.
Papers say this is mine.
Yes.
Do you have papers? What is that? Oh, well.
Also, we have guns and papers.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we have the guns and really doesn't have anything to do with papers, we're taking the land. Goodbye. We did, and that's just what we did. That's just exactly. I mean, I don't love the left, the self feeding left, but our treatment of the indigenous tribes, it's more than leaves a lot to be desired. Downright shameful. No.
And you're only speaking about how the land was stolen, not speaking a word about the residential school system, with which both of our countries did.
Both did, yeah. You're absolutely right.
Okay, so
yeah, there was a lot of misery back there.
Well, hold on. Does Adam need to put on his tinfoil hat and go into the school system
sure.
of the Canadian?
We've tried everything else to get listeners tonight. Let's do that.
No, I don't. I don't really want to because it hurts. It really does hurt. I don't like. I don't like talking about the young ones being abused. It's.
Oh no. That's no.
But I will say, punishment is coming to those that did the deeds. So, God bless them.
Car- Karma looks like an elephant because it never forgets.
Yep.
Did you know that karma knows about compounding interest?
Wait, what?
Compounding interest is how something gets bigger over time, like retribution, punishment, vengeance, that sort of thing.
Oh. Um, I
Karma does that really, really well. It's excellent math.
I wasn't aware of that, but
Stellar. Stellar work.
Nice.
Yeah, karma's coming for those assholes.
yes.
Sometimes it doesn't feel fast enough, though.
No.
That's okay. Eventually.
That was an interesting thing, sidelight of, I've never actually served time technically in jail, sort of, pretty much. But when I first got in recovery, after I'd been in recovery for a couple of years, I started taking AA meetings to jails. That's a big service thing that AA people do. And you would take an Alcoholics Anonymous book and march into a jail, and you hold two men's meetings, and each one an hour and a half long, and one meeting for the women prisoners. The reason you had to have two meetings for the men was not because there were too many. There weren't so many who wanted to come. There were probably about 30 people who wanted to come. They had to be divided into two groups of so that no two enemies were in the same room at the same time. No two people who fight, and that's how they divided the groups. It was very interesting. And they said one guy was kind of a borderline case. They were afraid he might attack me, and they said they wanted me to see what he looked like. And these two big burly big burly sheriff's deputies were holding this guy, and he was looking at me like he was going to kill me. And I said, no, I don't want John in the meeting. I think he needs to chill out for a while, and I can speak to him one on one with him handcuffed in a chair, handcuffed in a restraint chair, but which I did on a couple of occasions. How I knew him, I knew, when he was unsafe to talk to. That was interesting. That was an interesting thing. Got to know about the jails and some of the codes of the jail, and get to know the prisoners, talk with them, and listen to the way that they talk. As somebody with a interest in linguistic anthropology, I sure enjoyed, just listening to the patois of Central Texas, long-term prisoners. These are all medium and maximum security. Every single one of them. There's no minimum security where I was.
But the patois.
And I would hang out with these guys in the big common area after the meetings. It was amazing. It was like ethereal for me as an anthropologist. Swear to God. Anyway, for 2 years, I spent every Sunday, and I mean, get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you don't get back till 9 o'clock at night, doing that. And but it was a terrific experience. Terrific experience. My wife helped me. She would go out and give the women's meeting sometimes. Most of the time, she said, "No, I got stuff to do here, honey." Fucking hell. I'll do the women's meeting too. Stay an extra hour. Anyway, that was an interesting thing. Yep, the Mineral Wells Jail. That's where that is. It's the regional jail for Central Texas. For anyway, yeah, I've got stories. I still occasionally get letters from two of the prisoners in there. I've got a couple of them. I could read you one or two of these, and you would break down and cry. You would sit there and weep. It's so sad.
Well, I don't think that
we're not going to do that. But the interesting thing is these people are human beings, even though we like to think of them as disposable.
Yo,
So
welcome, Rejekt.
it's Rejekter.
I just jumped in.
Hey. Hello.
How are you guys?
Doing good. How about
Oh.
Very
yourself?
good.
Old.
Oh,
Listening about jails.
But thriving.
Yeah.
no. What about jails?
Um.
I used to go to one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's.
took AA meetings there for a couple of years. Remember while I was jail, Central Regional Jail.
I got family that likes to hang out in jails.
It was me. I spent one day out of my week every week for 2 years.
Well,
That was not a community service. People think I did that out of community service. I've never been busted or anything like that. It had nothing to do with that.
That's a big ass fucking rat.
Dude, I don't know if I could do with a big rat.
Wait, what's a big rat? Where are you looking?
Oh.
I'm about ready to go in and do laundry. And there's a rat running in front of the place I'm about ready to go in and do laundry. It's not inside. It's outside.
Ooh. Yeah, you might have to go do laundry somewhere else.
No, it's going away. It's going away. I'm gonna be good. No. See, Skep, it sounds like you kind of went there voluntarily.
I suppose.
I mean,
I did. I definitely did go there not voluntarily. It was to help get myself well. It was early.
Well, yeah, but you was choosing to go there to get yourself into a better place.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It doesn't necessarily sound like it was completely court ordered, or that
you. It was not court ordered at all. I was not court ordered at all. I've never been sentenced to anything.
See,
I've never had anything more than a traffic ticket.
So when I say I have family that likes to hang out at jail, that's because they don't have a choice.
Are they coaches? Are they coaches or players? Because I was a coach.
They would be inmates. Let's just go with that one.
Okay.
They would be the inmates.
Yeah.
Usually.
Residents.
Yeah, they're the
My son spent some time in jail. He thought it was fun one night to run around Mansfield, Texas in the back of a van, flipping off the police while smoking a blunt. In Mansfield.
I mean, that sounds like a good time.
Yeah. That'll do it.
I'm not gonna lie.
It evidently was for about 20 minutes.
Dude, sign me up.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to explain that to the Marine Corps when he enlisted. But they said, hey, as long as you've been honest with us, we're good with that. And he excelled in the Marines. Went on to college.
Nice.
And they were okay. They were like, okay, you did your time.
Yeah, they said no. We get guys with tough backgrounds, and as long as they are.
I suppose it wasn't anything worse than that. They're like, okay.
Well, but also the fact that he was honest. I'll be honest with you, that even as mild of a crime as that was, if he had tried lying to them about it, they would have been like, yeah, never mind.
Yep. It's
the honesty that did it. Like, it's kind of really weird, but yeah, they don't always, obviously the Marines aren't known for taking in the smartest soldiers, but they do want the honest ones. Be honest about the crayons you're going to eat.
Well, I'm not sure I'm ready to call Marines crayon eaters. My son being Marine, he went on to college and majored in math. He's not a stupid man.
No, but come on, Skep. You know the old joke that Marines eat crayons.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that Marines are dumb or anything.
I've known probably a few hundred Marines decently well, so
Yeah.
well acquainted. Correct.
I mean, if I had been, my mom and I actually had just had that conversation. If I had been born a guy, I would have joined the Marines. My mom would have been very much against it because she's not a big fan of the government, period. And being in military means that you're pretty much controlled by the government.
You are.
But I told her flat out, if I had been a guy, I wouldn't have cared that she wouldn't have been happy with it. I would have joined the military, and I would have gone Marines.
You would have made a hell of a Marine, Rejekt. Just knowing your personality like I do, I think you would have excelled as either sex. Honestly, I think.
Well, by the time I was 18, I already had bad knees. I couldn't really do push-ups because of my wrists and everything, and that's just what it is. But
no, that NPQ is NPQ, not physically qualified. In other words, you got flat.
But
weak wrist.
At the same
weak
time,
wrist is a big deal. That's a big deal. You gotta have hand and wrist strength galore because if you're going to be a Marine, you're going to be moving heavy munition. You gotta have a certain physical strength, and you've got to. If you're a woman, you've got to be one of the strongest women. You really do to make it.
I did something yesterday that I'm kind of a little bit proud of. Well, it's Friday now.
What's that?
I did an arm wrestling contest with one of my coworkers.
Yes.
Now, granted, he wasn't really he was a smaller guy than I am, but he was still a guy, so therefore I expected I was gonna lose this arm wrestling match. It actually came down to being a draw because we just didn't move each other at all.
Nice.
Perfect. Love it. That's excellent.
So it made me a little bit happy because I was just like, when you expected to lose.
Yep, you still got it.
Yeah.
My wife is very strong. She's a little stick of a woman, weighs all of 110 pounds. But she can, I saw her, hefting like 30-pound sack of, fertilizer over her shoulder the other day and walk around, and I'm thinking 70-year-old woman keeping a giant bag of fertilizer over her shoulder and hauling it out to the yard. I said, "You're not moving fast enough." No, I'm just kidding. I'm just amazed at her energy and strength, stamina, and her ability to grow things. It's a huge fun for me to be her assistant farmer. And that's all I am. I do heavy work, gross work, hot work, and yucky work, and also all snake and spider and scorpion removal. That's all my stuff.
Did you just say in scorpion?
Scorpion, yeah, we have scorpions. Like you read about, girl. Kids catch them.
Why?
I don't know why. I was not one of those children.
No. Oh God. Australia wants to kill us. Texas wants to kill us. I don't know.
Florida.
Well,
if
Florida,
I recall right,
Arizona.
there's only one or two medically significant scorpion species in the world.
Wait,
what's that?
I mean,
now there's Canadian scorpions? What's going on? What the hell?
No, there's not
Canadians.
There's not Canadian scorpions. There's just medically significant scorpions.
Wait, that just sounds like mutant scorpions.
No.
The scorpions were a German band. No, that was Rudy Schenker's band, right?
In this context means generally a bite or a sting from the creature requires medical attention.
Well, okay. What I mean is, there's a couple that if I remember right, I heard one time that there's a couple where their venom is under the right circumstances with the right type of additive type stuff done to it or whatever can be medically helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I meant by medically significant.
Oh, so you mean medically beneficial?
There you go. But they're significant to the medical field, so that's what I was going with.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd they put the damn trash can?
Check behind the door.
There's the door's glass.
Still, check behind it. Maybe it's the glass is false glass.
No, I found a trash can on the bike. Let me see. So what else is going on with everybody?
Preparing to have a very nice long weekend. I actually did. I ended up purchasing some books. I haven't bought books in a while, and decided to get back to actually reading a book because I do. I have ebooks and whatever, but I miss sitting down with a book.
Yeah.
So I have a couple that I
Yeah.
got, and that's gonna be the rest of my weekend.
Fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Romance, sci-fi romance.
Porn.
It's no. The smut we leave for the Kindle.
Whoa.
Woo! Still.
Because that we can read in public. No. Actually, it's I'm not sure. I guess it's sci-fi, sci-fi horror. I don't know. It looked interesting. So I have two. The first one is high fantasy,
Sweet
and it's
Lord
by a local
Almighty.
author. And the other
That's
one is a horror. I'm gonna assume it might become a horror, like a Lovecraftian type thing.
and that's what you're keeping
Where
on the tablet to yourself. Oof.
no.
Oof.
Those are my peeper books. Those are my paper
Your
books.
peeper. Oh, it's called peeper book. Oh,
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
my
no.
knock
The
on
tablet, the tablet is smut.
I.
Because
So if the
we live
cover
in a
doesn't give it away.
respectable society.
The
All right.
problem with Lovecraft was he did the best monsters of anybody. Changed my mind, but he couldn't write characters. Yeah, couldn't make you care about the character.
No, it's atmosphere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's
exactly.
I
They're
think that
all
was
new
his
books. They're all new books.
that was his character, really.
Yeah.
You didn't really care at the end about the people. You just wanted to see what the horror is, right?
Right, exactly. See,
So,
the all devouring, and even bigger than the last horror, and blah blah blah,
mm.
and on and on.
I only say I think it's slightly Lovecraftian because we are dealing with
With that,
octopus
yeah,
in
that.
this, and it's sort of like
So
Cthulhu-esque.
there's a monster. There's a monster.
We don't. I see the way the back blurb is. I don't know if the monster is of the human variety, as in
Okay.
a governmental body, or
Yeah.
the actual creatures. So the idea is that it's about a marine biologist working. They've discovered the species of octopus who seem to have a language and they communicate with each other and they have developed this thing. So it's about trying to communicate with these creatures and what's going on, and then whether or not these the firm or governmental body is this that she's a part of, who's behind them, kind of thing. So, yeah. That's why I'm saying I think it might be pseudo horror.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, looks fun.
Good stuff. Good escape stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't have to sit around reading Hamlet all. Although going back and reading Shakespeare is fun. At least it is for me.
Yeah. As long as you
Enjoy
don't do
turn of the phrase.
Invoke the curse, will be good.
But that's only if you are acting.
Well, aren't we acting right now?
We are not acting.
We are on the
And only for
stage.
the Scottish play.
We're performing right now.
We are not performing. We are conversing. I am not putting on the persona of somebody that does not actually exist or that somebody existed in the past. I am myself.
Oh. Well. I hate to tell you. um. Yes, this is not me. This is
I'm just a load of quarks.
I mean, you cannot be you, but I am not acting.
I can't do it.
It's a phenomenal idea to think about the fact that in my body there is a finite number of quarks. Quarks being the things that make up the subnuclear parts of the atom, protons, and, for example, two up quarks and a down quark make a proton. Two the other way is two downs and an up make a neutron, which does not. One of them is slightly more mass than the other. I used to know that. Can't believe the stuff I've. Anyway, and similarly, uh, other hadrons uh, similarly constituted. So that since quarks are the building blocks of everything material, there's a finite number, very big number. It's an exact number of quarks that comprise my body. Of course, you'd have to do a snapshot since it's constantly changing. Little atom coming and going. I would just like to see that number printed out. I wonder how many is. Let's see. Can estimate that.
It's
Probably
into the
atoms
in the human body. Number of atoms in the human body is about 10 to the 27 atoms. Now, in the atoms, you would have to assume an average number. What is the average atom of all the atoms in your body, of all the different atoms in your body? You're mostly hydrogen, some oxygen, a little water. So I'm gonna say that this is gonna land around oxygen.
A lot of cheese.
I'm gonna say 10 by 8. I'm gonna say about 20 times 3, so about 60 quarks per atom. So 60 times 10. So in other words, that would be 600 times 10 to the 27th, which would be 6 times 10 to the 29th power. That's how many quarks are in your body. 6 times 10. So that's 6 point and then 29 zeros. That's about 900 nonillion. That's about 600 nonillion is what that number is called.
Too much to think.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a hard number to think that big.
Yeah, that's a number that
way
really
too much atom. I don't like it.
Big numbers fascinating me. Large numbers fascinating me. When I found out about factorial in high school, something in my brain just exploded with possibility. And the factorials are 50 factorial, for example, would be 50 times 49 times 48 times 47 on down to 1. That number, all multiplied together, is a BFN, a big number. And it's so big, they get so big so fast that all of that stuff has to be represented exponentially. And then eventually it gets, with just a little bit more generation, it gets so big that even the exponent has to be that starts to get represented exponentially.
I know
just
exactly what you're getting at, Skep. Like the
it,
fact that the number of permutations a deck of playing cards can be in
yes, 52
being
factorial.
is actually more than the number of atoms in the known universe. There is more permutations.
Oh, not only is there that number is so much larger than the number of atoms. Let me tell you what it's far more than the number of quarks in the universe. It's quintillions and quintillions of times bigger than the number of quarks in our observable universe.
Just one deck of cards. Think about two deck of cards.
People wonder why solitaire fascinates me, but I laugh and say I'm a gamer because I was actually for a while a competitive free cell player. I used to play in free cell tournaments where you play against each other on time, and it's really interesting to see what a good free cell player plays like. Do you guys know what the game free cell? Do you even know what I'm talking about? It's a form of solitaire.
I know free cell.
Okay, it's a form of solitaire.
Yeah.
But it has a little bit of luck, but it's about a 90% skill game, and it has a profound mathematical analytical side to it that I absolutely find fascinating. The other thing is what Donkey was getting at about 52 factorial. Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something very carefully to you. Okay, as a statistician, I assure you this. Every hand of solitaire, 52 card solid, that has ever been dealt has never been duplicated. Except on purpose. Unless someone took the cards and arranged them that way and redealt out that hand. No two games have ever been the same, have ever been played the same.
Skep, you are making one critical assumption there. Technically, you are correct. If
Actually,
deck,
I'm reporting something from MIT, so I've got a source on this that's really top notch.
If the deck has been completely randomized, each reshuffle,
yes, out of a random deck every time. Yes, of course.
Any form of
any systematized that throws it off, but throws off. But what I'm saying is that the possibility that any two, 52 deck free cell has been laid out that any two have ever matched is essentially, it's so microscopic. It's on the order of winning the Powerball 5 months in a row. It's like that. It's that kind of a number.
I would have more said one max millions, the $50 million jackpot 5 months in a row.
You know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. The kind of numbers that you're talking about. I'm just talking in terms of scale. Just terms of scale.
Well, but let's also go with just throwing this out there. There's also a bigger infinite number between 0 and 1. There's a bigger infinity there than there is in the whole of the infinite number line.
Why? Why is the infinite series you described, which is correct? You can have an infinite series within 2 finite points in the number line because you can simply keep dividing it smaller and smaller. So that's how you get the infinite series. Why is that infinite series greater? Why is that infinity greater than the infinity that is represented by the end of the number line?
Because you can always for every
because
infinite number.
I see what you're saying. You're saying it just repeating the sequence, you simply get longer and longer. So as the number line gets longer, there's more and more of these segments. Is that what you're saying? And so
No,
there,
I'm saying that if you started counting from 0 to 1,
yeah,
using like decimal point 0, 1, 0,
right, right,
0,
right, right,
1,
yeah. Right.
and all that stuff,
This
no matter
sentence
what
paragraph. Yeah,
that infinity that's contained from 0 to 1
right.
is greater than the infinity of going 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and counting infinitely. Because for every
Why
point
is it greater?
because for every point that you can make on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infinite line, you
Mhm.
can find a correlation and then make a new infinite or make a new number for between 0 and 1.
That's true, but you could do the same thing the other way. You could.
No, it's
Okay.
just
All right. I'll look into that. That's interesting. I didn't know
that some infinities are bigger than others.
that I did know, but know that is one that wouldn't surprise me. I'd see kind of what you're saying. You're doing that one-to-one association. I think that's a tricky expression, but I
Yeah.
look at it. I just put it down on paper and stare at it for a minute. And I'm tired. I'm about to check out, guys. My dogs are yelling at me. Um,
Don't let them dictate your life.
telling a 70-year-old man with 4 dogs what the dogs dictate his life. That is so funny.
Have you guys seen the cheese snack or the cheese tax video?
Yes.
The cute little
Oh
Shiba
yes. I saw.
cheese tax. Cheese. Love that video.
It's very accurate.
Well, not only is it very accurate, it's very fucking catchy.
In this house, we have apple tax too.
Oh man.
Apple tax is very important. One dog, cheese tax, the other dog, apple tax.
Apple tax. I don't.
Yes.
Where are you seeing these things?
Okay, so I'll look up the cheese tax video real quick, and maybe you can pull it up. But basically, it's just whenever you're eating any type of food and you have an animal, usually specifically some sort of a dog, um, they want their share just for the purpose of the fact that you're eating it in front of them. And if you don't share, there's hell to pay. I will post it in Stream Talk so I don't get in trouble with myself for posting in the wrong room.
Very good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And
So there you go. That's the cheese tax.
It's good stuff.
It is. Cheese tax. Cheese tax.
And then for people in chat, I will share the link in our chat here.
Thank
So,
you, Sora.
damn it.
there we go. You can
And
enjoy cute dogs.
yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
to fix this issue so that way you could be able to post the image while we're streaming. Um, but then again, I'm just a substitute, so.
Hey, you're doing great. And you're appreciated. You're not just a substitute. You're Mr. Adam.
Adam of Clan Veggie the First. Yep. Um,
saith his name.
Yeah, same thing.
Who I was very sad for missing meeting.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry. Next time I come out that way, I will prioritize you guys. Actually, you guys want to hear something really screwed up? If I hadn't screwed up the car rental and the hotel rental, I had actually booked the hotel room for one extra night so that I'd be able to come hang out with you guys on Sunday night. But I had to have the car back by 4 p.m. on Monday, which I would not have had time to drive back to Des Moines and get it cleaned out and have it dropped off in time if I had have stayed on Sunday. So we had to drive back, and so if I had lined up if I'd remembered how long I'd booked the hotel for and booked the car for that same length of time, but then I would have had to spend more money out. But still, I would have had time. I had booked the hotel room with the intention of having one extra day for sure to be able to hang out with you guys. But nope, I screwed that up.
It's always one like a little, and it's such a that's the annoying thing. So things like this happen because it's not. It would have been an easy fix or like an easy thing to not miss. But oh, it's just the worst.
Yeah.
I've done that before where you miscalculate.
It happens.
And it's just so. Oh God, I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
I just felt like such a shit because I'm like, I had booked it for one extra day just in case I wasn't able to hang out with you guys on the Friday like I was hoping and everything. I was like, okay, I'll have Friday and possibly Sunday. I can do it. And then I fucked up. Guys, so lesson be learned. Remember how long you book your hotel for, so when you rent the car, you rent it for long enough to cover that hotel rental too. They at least gave me $50 back from the hotel rental, so I guess.
I mean, hey, there's people who
that's nice of them.
have.
Yeah, it's unusual.
What was you saying, Adam?
Oh, there's people who have air flights that were canceled because of whatever they're canceling it. So it happens, right?
Yeah.
Shit happens.
It was nice meeting
Biden
family
is
there.
proof.
Biden is proof of something. Definitely not proof of concept, though.
He's not proof of life, of course.
Proof that a broken clock can tell the right time twice a day?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
he is not proof of that.
Oh, come on.
Any of the first 500 people in the Des Moines phone book would be a better president of the United States than the one we have right now. I shit you not.
And
I
where?
don't disagree.
Just flip open the phone book and
any of the first 500 names in the Des Moines phone book will do a better job as president than this one.
There you go. Hey, that one.
You heard it here first, folks.
I love it. Hey, but it's Canada Day.
1111. Hello, sir and/or ma'am. Would you like to be the ruler of this country?
Hey, that is not what the president is. The president is simply a fucking figurehead. That was something I got into with Hammer a little bit on Twitter about, because Hammer was talking about the president doesn't need to be charismatic. And it's like, no, that's exactly what you need in a president, because facts is ultimately they're our face for the rest of the world to see, so that they know, because we can't all go to the other fucking countries and talk to them all at the same damn time.
It's critical for domestic leadership as well.
It's critical for the domestic side, but it's also the most important part of that.
Face that you show to the world.
Yeah,
right.
You've got to have somebody that's charismatic, because otherwise the rest of the country, or the rest of the countries, are gonna laugh at us like they already fucking are. Like, the only thing that holds anybody back at this point is the fact that we still have the strongest fucking military force.
Actually,
And we're a
actually,
little bit hard to invade.
yeah, that's a big part of it. Is that first of all, they don't really want to invade us. They don't want to uh, come here and live. What they want is to own a portion of our product. They want us to be part-time slaves, basically. That's what China's vision for the world is that they have their own thing, do their own thing back in China, but then they have their tentacles all over the world sucking money back into the mother country because it's the way to keep the mother country happy and healthy. And that's really the way a lot of these, especially the high Han Chinese, think about the government. It's like a religious thing for them. It's almost their substitute for religion in many ways. That the way they treat their government, completely different attitude than Westerners have toward their government. They don't understand they don't understand our government at all. If you ask the average Chinese person on the street what they think about American government, they very unrealistic picture.
Yeah.
Nobody understands. I mean, in all honesty, not even most of our own citizens actually understand not necessarily our government, but the way that our founding fathers thought about our government.
No kidding.
Because, otherwise they wouldn't be as, like, butthurt about the Second Amendment as most of them are. The Second Amendment is there, yes, so that we can protect ourselves from invading nations, potentially, but it was also so that we can protect ourselves from strong arming governments trying to infringe upon our God-given rights.
I've said this before on
Bingo.
stream, but the first is there so you can say whatever the hell you want to say. The second is there so you can protect the first. And the third is there so you can't be intimidated as a work around the second.
Exactly.
And the fourth is there so they can't come into your home or take
that
things
is
from
the
you
third.
or surveil you.
Oh,
No.
That's the Fourth Amendment.
Oh, yeah. When you say come
I'm-
into your home, it sounded
yeah.
more like the third.
Illegal search and seizure.
Yeah.
The third is the one that prevents them from just forcing soldiers into your house as a
Without
hazard.
compensation.
That's quartering without compensation.
They can ask you to quarter. And
They can't force.
No,
Up to a point.
Technically, they can force you. Believe me.
Oh, I said up to a
did.
point.
Yeah, up to a point.
Hey, as much as people say he's
Ah,
a
those
nice
were the
guy,
days,
I
huh?
would not want quartering hanging out with me in my house.
I wouldn't either. I'll be honest with you.
Are you talking about Jeremy Hamblin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People, okay, just
bought me a
people
beer.
in general with body tics annoy me. I'm sorry. I can't. It's distracting.
Wait, you what?
Huh?
What's
I don't really
distracting?
like
People
handicapped
what?
people. Okay, I don't really like handicapped people, and people with body tics
Oh.
makes me annoyed because I get distracted by their damn body tics. Okay, if I don't gotta look at them, most of the time I'm okay. If I have to actually look at them, I get irritated and annoyed. But that's half the time with anybody, anyways, whether they have body tics or not.
Yeah,
Look,
I was going to say, how is that different from regular people?
it's not much different. It's just they start off with a little bit extra like annoyance already factored in.
Well,
I understand that this makes me a horrible person, okay?
You're not.
I've accepted this about myself.
I'm just a little bit harassment.
Nah. Not a horrible person. Who would say that?
I do.
Oh.
We wouldn't hang around if you were horrible.
Hmm.
Well, Minions was filmed in front of a studio audience this evening.
No, dude, you're supposed to. Okay, you're supposed to
Oh,
say that
damn it!
during
Too
the
soon?
outro. Actually, at a specific time. So.
Are you gonna do that now? Or?
No, are we?
Okay.
Is it? I mean, we have been going for an hour, I guess. More than an hour. Wow. 94 minutes. Like I said, I was just, helping helping Harry out. I don't he
I
usually
feel
does
that's not the first time you ever said that.
Mhm. uh n- no.
Do you like movies about gladiators, Adam?
um damn it. And this is live and it's being recorded. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Yay!
You're doing great. You're doing
Go
great.
us. Go us.
um so yeah, so uh I guess I mean, I don't know. We can keep going. We can end the show. Um Either way, I'm kind of looking like I want to play some Street Fighter, but I don't know what you guys are doing.
I'm gonna dip because I'm
Yeah.
hanging out at the laundromat and everything. So I'm sure that my load is done washing now. So I'm gonna be annoying with my load change. So
Wait, laundry. Okay, well, let's use that. Bam. We're gonna end the show. Haha.
We're all gonna go do laundry.
We all have laundry to do. You
Minions
know
of the
what?
Zoo. Let's wash it
Wait,
in a
wait.
Maytag.
Give a minute, sir. Um, we all have some whitey tidies to wash, and that's something that we all have to do. And I hope you, as the audience, wash your whitey tidies as well. Um, we're gonna go ahead and end it.
The hosts
Let's
urging good hygiene for all.
yeah, right. I think cold water when you're washing your
is
shorts
that
is better, right? I heard.
yes?
Um, so let's go ahead and end it. Give everybody their last words. Eeyore, Donkey, are you still around?
I'm around.
Oh, you
What?
wanna?
Are
What?
you around to it?
It's you.
Around?
Okay, no,
What?
just
Huh?
give an outro
No.
and
Outro. Um.
parting words.
Stay in school. Don't do drugs. What else do you want from me?
There you go.
Do drugs.
Do drugs and stay in school.
Drop out of school. Be a burden
Easy.
on
Hey, you know what?
society.
Hey, Luna, wait your turn.
Yes.
Okay, come on.
Okay.
Reject.
Destroy Parliament.
Yeah.
Actually, can I either go last or second last, Mr. Adam, please?
Okay. Skep
Thank
talk.
you.
Thanks for having me on. It's been a blast.
Yeah, it has been a blast. All right, Sora Luna, you can unleash your.
Yeah. Be a burden on society. Make your mother cry. Don't visit your family during the holidays. You're your own person.
This is an example.
And happy Canada Day.
Yeah, exactly. This is an example of Canada Day. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Canada Day. Reject. Did you?
All right,
Are you?
I'm gonna be a little bit serious. Um, guys, seriously, if this game totally serious, I know I'm not gonna completely sound serious, but if you're having any mental health issues, talk to somebody about it. Like, and don't just go with, well, I talked to this friend of mine. Go, take the time to take care of that. Because even if you try to tell yourself mentally you shouldn't be having those issues anymore, or you've moved past that, some of that stuff still lingers, and you need to take the steps to take care of it. And it's serious, and reach out to somebody. Don't just let it, don't just shove it into a box and try to ignore it, because it's not going to ignore you. So that's my parting thoughts for the night.
She's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Therapy and recovery saved my life. Would not be here without it. Don't be ashamed to go take care of a problem. The idiots are the people who don't take care of it. Just go see somebody.
100%. If you have access, go get the help.
And if you don't have access, find the resources that are there, because there are resources.
Yep.
Whether you think you have access to them or not, they are out there. Find them. And find a buddy that is going to accept you and you can talk with about that stuff too. Because even that will help, but you still need to find somebody that is actually qualified. Don't just go with, oh, I'm talking to my friend, so everything's going to be okay now. No. They need to know so that they can help you too, but get the actual help from somebody else. Just saying. I love y'all.
Oh, it's important. I mean,
love you right back.
Yeah.
Well said.
You don't want to leave anybody behind. And if people
Minions
are
of the
struggling.
Zoo was filmed before a studio audience.
All right, now.
Minions of the Zoo was filmed
Okay, we're
before a
gonna.
studio
Okay,
audience.
here's the outro. Um, so right, everybody said their last words. Where's that's the wrong mouse. Uh, sorry, I'm so getting used to this setup. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining. Um, heed these words that we said. Take them to heart. For me, I say I love y'all and God bless. Minions of the Zoo is closed, and here we go. Outro.
Sweet dreams.
Minions of the Zoo was filmed for a studio audience, but not really.
I'll take
Are
that.
we off here?
The Zoo was filmed before a studio audience.